Well, what's the excitement like going into this match with all the potential matchups and some of the younger guys being able to get their hands on some of the top guys in the country?
I think just the same as every week. I think, I think pretty similar. I mean, everyone's, big. Obviously, these dual meets are a lot of fun, and every match counts. So those more exciting. But from just getting ready to go, individual perspective, I think it's pretty similar. I mean, the guys are just trying to be the best they can be on Friday, and regardless of the opponent. So, but yeah, I think it's exciting. I mean, it's a BJC duel, obviously a very strong opponent, one where with 10 good guys makes it fun.
Do you enjoy like, it's not, you don't wrestle in Nebraska as much as I would have to. Do you enjoy that rivalry with Nebraska?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, great team. When we're out there, they have a great crowd, and just obviously really well coached and just tough in all positions. Tricky, very very scrambly. Hard to finish on. Obviously a very good team and a lot of experienced wrestlers. So yeah, we got to be ready to roll.
You've had guys this year scored, 8, 9, 10 takedowns in 7 minutes. What was it like watching Shayne score 9 takedowns in 4 minutes on Saturday?
4 minutes. I think that's just a good lesson, especially with scoring the way it is now, that you can make mistakes and you can come back. So it's really not that big a deal. In his case, gave up back points also, and still there's so much time. So I think more than anything, it's just a great lesson for our guys, obviously for Shayne himself, but that if we give up a takedown or give up a few points, it's not a big deal. It's just part of competing, and with 3-point takedowns, you can get back in there real fast.
And
Hey guys.
I meant to ask you this the other week, but is Nagao is he a possibility? The medical redshirt, is that a possibility for Nagao?
Maybe, but he's already
Decided.
well, he would have one already based on previous years. So I think that would be an option for him if that's something he wanted to take.
I guess the follow up to that is, has he kind of decided what his future will be?
Yeah,
If he's willing to kind of go through that again.
I don't know the answer for that. I think he probably doesn't know the answer to that right now, just because he's got a long road to recovery again, one that he just came back from. So he'll have to figure that out. Obviously, we'd love to have him continue to wrestle, but he's also a guy who has some exciting plans, and he just got married this past summer and just has a lot going on. So a lot of good positive things. So I think that's something he'll have to explore, and not something that it's not really my place to answer for him on that. But.
Regardless of his availability, how has he just made the wrestlers around him better? So Braden, Marcus Blaze, anybody in those weight classes?
Yeah, Nagao is just obviously a great human being, but you watch him wrestle, he's freaky good, scrambly, tough on top. So he's been a blessing to everyone around him and everyone in the program. He's the guy you kind of, when you're trying to figure out how to get out of legs and wrestle in those positions, he's been one of our go-to guys there. So but just his positive just attitude of gratitude, he's just been just an all-around great thing for our program.
What's it like to go up against Mark Manning on a year-by-year basis and to coach against him over the years?
Just a great competitor, obviously very passionate. He's had one of the top programs every year, very consistent, and before we came to Penn State, we wrestled them in the Big 12. And that was one of our our more competitive and just one of our rivalries there. So yeah, a lot of experience, and just every year they're really good, and they always have a really good dual meet team.
This is a Nebraska team that was looking to capitalize on their second place finish and maybe has dealt with some adversity this season. Kind of looking at that from afar, how have you seen them kind of I guess overcome that and to stay as scrappy as they can be, even though they've kind of taken some punches this year?
Yeah, I think they've lost some matches, but they're to the top teams in the country, and coming off a really outstanding national tournament, there's always going to be really high expectations. I don't know why maybe they started off a little slow, but they're right back where they want to be. So we need to be ready to wrestle. here in the Big Ten and then in the Nationals.
This is the first weekend that you guys have not had, the past 3 weekends that you guys haven't had 2 duels in the weekend. Obviously,
Yeah.
the past one being affected by snow. How does just being able to focus on Nebraska impact you guys, and does that mean anything mentally for you?
Really, maybe I'm not doing my job, but we don't really focus on our opponents a whole lot, so it really doesn't make much difference to us. I mean, we really are focusing on ourselves. Most of the people we wrestle are competing in the same tactics against our guys, so we just have to, and it's the just the things we have to do to score points, and we just have to continue to just work on what we're doing. So yeah, I like competing. Our guys like competing, but whatever's on our schedule, we're happy to do that, and not too worried about it. But yeah, it's not much different, just because we don't put a lot of focus into one opponent.
What can the stretch tell you about your team? I mean, going from you're facing teams in the Big Ten, which are always going to be tough, but now the upper echelon teams, Nebraska, not to look ahead, Michigan and Ohio State, just all consecutively, the top teams in the country, not even just the Big Ten. So what can you maybe learn from the stretch?
Yeah, we love it. It's this part of what you look forward to. Obviously, our staff's been coaching for a long time, so it's these matches, and obviously the conference and the nationals, that really make what we do a lot of fun, and just being prepared and excited to go compete when the light's on here against great competition. So yeah, it's the same every year. We enjoy it, and look forward to the big matches.
Hey, Cael.
Yep.
Lots of coaches in different sports and in your sport focus on process. They talk about focusing on process or outcome. And it's something that you're, I think, relentlessly focused on when you talk to us. How do you maintain that, given all that's happened, success, the stakes, all the things that you've done here? How do you maintain that focus on what seems to be like a core belief?
Well, I think when saying focus on the process too, I think that means different things to different people. And even if you ask the kids on your team, hey, what does this mean? You're going to get a different answer from each kid. And I think it means different things to each individual and the way they compete. But for us as a staff, I mean, we we just are, focused on just something we feel is more exciting than just trying to win our next match. And that's just, that's the process for us, is obviously the details that make that possible, little things like, moving your feet or whatever it is. But I think we don't change because we continue to focus on what we value, and that's just being a part of a program that stands for something maybe a little different. And that's what's important to us. Obviously, if you do that and you focus on those things, results will come, or they won't. And if they don't, well, then you make adjustments. And but yeah, I just think it's, we're competitive people, and there's certain patterns of it's not hard to see in any part of history, teams, anything. There's cycles that take place, and we're just competitive enough that we want to make sure we're just being the best we can possibly be, and that's how we feel like you do it. So we're disciplined to stay in that lane.
What's the most common obstacle that you've seen that can get in the way of the process?
Of the process, probably our vain imaginations. I mean, just you start inhaling, or you start worrying about what other people are doing or what other people think. Obviously, kids today are gonna, with social media and all of those challenges, it's probably harder for them than for somebody who, grew up a little differently. So I think probably that would be the first thing that pops in my head. And I mean, that's just a biblical principle. It's been a distraction for mankind from the beginning, is just our own vanity and imaginations, right?
Cael, back when I had Nate's job, when I was at the CDT, I heard a story that when you first got here, you challenged, I guess, everybody currently that was in the program at that time to just simply get up from the bottom with wrestling you in the room here. Do you remember that? Is that true? Is that just kind of a tall tale from back in the day that maybe has never been confirmed? And
yeah, I don't know. I can't confirm that. I mean, we just feel like our coaches, the the older you get, and when you jump into coaching, you really see the value and the importance of mat wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Where a lot of times kids grow up and it's not as cool to ride somebody or control them on the mat. They're cutting them and trying to take them down, and those are the things you see on highlight reels. So for us, it's just we see the importance of that and the value of being willing to fight hard to retain a point or gain a point. And I think that goes right in line with doing the little things that it takes to be the best you can possibly be. So, we really value mat wrestling, and we know, obviously, if you are confident and comfortable knowing you can get away from anybody in a short amount of time, then you're going to be a little more fearless on your feet. So it's all circular. It all goes hand in hand. So we do, as coaches, you try to get the freshmen in and the young guys and make sure they're confident, comfortable. Getting out the bottom.
I guess that kind of follow up. I guess how much are you still? Last week you referred to Casey as the heavyweight tamer. I guess
yes.
For you yourself,
yeah.
How much are you still gearing up and going with these guys?
They start asking me more towards the end of the week when they're looking for somebody light that they can just throw around. So that's kind of the role that I take and have accepted. But yeah, I wrestle pretty much every day. It's I'm not throwing a fit if I'm not wrestling that day like I probably would a few years ago, just because your body's not designed to get beat up on this far in your life probably. But I love it. I love that part of it. I feel like that's how I can teach kids, and just like you're saying with the mat wrestling, because I think different people learn in different ways, and I can a lot of times if you tell them something. Anybody can tell somebody what they're doing wrong. You could watch a match in Rec Hall and everybody could a lot of people could tell you what somebody's doing wrong, but getting somebody to make a change or an adjustment, obviously that's the challenge. So as coaches, if you can get on the mat with them and you just kind of keep putting them in that position over and over and over again, whether they know it or not, they're gonna get better there. So I really enjoy that part of my job, and
Are you guys?
but yeah, it's less and less. But we wrestle every day. We wrestle multiple times a day still. It's fun. It's more of a dummy man today than maybe 20 years ago.
PJ's a highly anticipated matchup. Antrell's a defending champion, but that's also someone he wrestled on the freestyle circuit. So
yeah.
What's just, I guess, the difference in what that freestyle matchup showed a while back to now kind of adjusting to what's on the collegiate scene here?
Yeah, we'll see. Obviously PJ's an incredible competitor. Has an opportunity to wrestle defending NCAA champion at his weight. So I just think it's a great opportunity for PJ to really kind of see where he is. Obviously he's wrestled some great wrestlers this year, but now he gets a chance to wrestle defending national champ.
How much does it help him seeing him on the freestyle circuit coming back to the college scene?
Well, I think even just wrestling at that level is a big confidence booster. Obviously, knowing you can compete. Because freestyle is more. Obviously, there's a push-out rule, but takedowns are emphasized more now that they're 2 points as opposed to 1 many years ago. So, if you're good on your feet, you're good on your feet. Freestyle, folk style, whatever. Okay.
Cole has another exciting matchup.
Yeah.
AJ Ferrari bumps up from 197 to heavyweight. So there's kind of that same thing. They're going through a similar timeline of adjusting to a new weight class. But for Cole, what does this mean for him?
Yeah, just another great opportunity. Cole's continuing to obviously get better as he competes and his confidence. Ferrari's a returning NCAA champion a few years ago at another weight, but wrestles very similarly. Very tactical in the way he wrestles, so very tricky, and so it'll be a fun challenge for Cole, just because obviously you got to wrestle wisely and do what you do, and then to give yourself a chance of success there.
And obviously, in the thought of vanity and the access to social media,
Yeah.
how do you avoid and make them stay grounded in the thoughts of their highly ranked matchups against former NCAA champions?
Well, I think that's just a challenge, right? They're challenged, and people tend to respond to being challenged, right? That's human nature, I think. So I don't think our guys aren't going to have a hard time being motivated when they're wrestling a national champion. That's just a great opportunity. And then our guys that have been national champions, that's where you don't inhale, right? You don't you don't change, you don't try to protect anything, or it's doesn't become about winning or not losing. It's still about getting better every match and using every second to do what you do. And so it just depends on where you're at and whether you're winning or losing, or we're a freshman or a senior, or just keeping that same mentality and mindset and discipline to do the right things. Cool. All right. Awesome. Thank you.